My name is Alana Stevenson, and I work at Vail, Valley Associates for Independent Living, community living specialist here. And today I'm going to talk about self-care, what it is, the different domains, and hopefully give you all some tips that you can take away from this. So I wanted to start out by introducing ourselves. If you have the ability to take yourself off mute, but just wanted to say your name, and then if you want to, you can say something that made you smile this week or another tidbit about yourself. So like I said, my name's Alana, and something that made me smile was talking to my mom on the phone. And Svetlana, are you able to go next?
Hi there, my name is Svetlana, and something that made me smile was seeing my daughter happy going to school this week.
Thank you. Anna?
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Anna. I picked my own basil for my lunch today from my backyard, so I was pretty happy about that. Just getting into the dirt and having something to eat from my garden.
Nice. I hope that's yummy. All right. So next, I just wanted to go over some ground rules, just making sure that everyone is respectful and listens. There might be some areas that you're familiar with, but still listening regardless and participating if you're able. And then I wanted to touch on confidentiality. This is being recorded, so making sure that you're not sharing anything that would be comfortable with everyone else hearing. This will be uploaded as well, other Vail consumers. Did anyone else want to add anything? Okay. And then also, if anyone wants to unmute themselves, interrupt me, or type in the chat at any point, that's fine. So what is self-care? So self-care, it can be kind of like this vague thing when people talk about it, but it is what the name says. So it's taking care of yourself, and that includes taking care of yourself internally, in terms of your mind and emotion, body, and externally, how you're feeling. I think of it as a form of self-love. It's something that we all need and we all deserve. And self-care really is very individualized, and I think that's kind of what makes it a little confusing. But what might be care for someone might not be the same thing for someone else. So for example, one person may meditate, and that's something that's really healing for them, and for others, they're not really able to focus or do that. Or for one person, they might enjoy cleaning their whole house and find that soothing, and other people might not want to. So it's just about yourself and getting to know yourself and what produces benefits. So I wanted to start out with emotional self-care because I think it's more complex than physical self-care. It's a little more of a gray area. And also, if we don't take care of our mental health and mental well-being, it's often very difficult form physical self-care. So emotional self-care can happen in any state of mind. You don't have to be feeling down. You can be feeling good in any kind of mood, and it should happen in any kind of mood. So this can take the form of doing activities you love. So for example, reaching out to a loved one and having a meaningful conversation, reading a book, watching a funny show. And a concept that I like to think about in terms of mental health is opposite action. So in terms of like anxiety, we tend to avoid when we're anxious, and with depression, we tend to isolate. So it's going with that natural instinct because it will produce a positive benefit. And it's knowing that fine line between when you're able to push yourself and when you really just need to rest and be on your own. So that's an interesting concept I like. And then Also thinking about if you are having trouble with mental health and are feeling consistently down or anxious or any of those, making sure that you are taking care of that and seeing a therapist if you need to, reaching out to your doctor or someone else just to ask for help. I know it's challenging, but that's also a form of self-care. So I liked this quote. I found it on Google. It says, "I lied and said I was busy. I was busy, but not in a way that most people understand. I was busy taking deeper breaths. I was busy silencing irrational thoughts. I was busy calming a racing heart. I was busy telling myself that I am okay. Sometimes this is my beat, and I will not apologize for it." So that's about taking the time to calm yourself down and be on your own. And then I like this picture. It says your worth is not measured by your productivity. And a lot of times in our society, we place a very high emphasis on doing things and value people based on that. And I think we can also feel guilty if we don't do things like during the day, like if you have a day where you're just lazy, quote unquote. But I think it's important to remind yourself that it's okay to just rest, and sometimes you just need to sometimes, and in fact you need that. So it's about forgiving yourself and allow yourself that time. So this question is, are you nice to yourself? So part of self-care that I think about is the way that you talk to yourself. So do you talk to yourself the way that you would talk to a loved one, a close friend, a small child? Are you saying mean things to yourself on a consistent basis? Because that can really have a negative impact on you and decrease feelings of efficacy and competency. And a concept that I really like is neuroplasticity. So for a while, people thought that after a certain point in adulthood, people's brains just stopped and didn't really grow anymore. And recently, scientists have found that the brain continues to change and grow throughout adulthood, and it's possible to form new neural pathways. So this related to the way you talk to yourself. If you are consistently saying negative things to yourself, you're going to have like a pathway in your brain that's kind of engraved, and that's going to be easier for you to go down. And so this is about consciously switching tracks, switching gears when you find yourself saying negative things to yourself. So the first step is awareness, and then consciously making a choice to switch that down another track. And that won't necessarily come easily, but the more you do, more easily it will come. So it's about forming that new pathway and setting that habit. Another way you can do this is through journaling. So writing down things that you love about yourself, and it's hard to find something thinking about something that someone else might say about you. And journaling is great because I feel uncomfortable saying some of those things out loud, but hopefully no one's going to read your journal, so it's more of like a private, non-judgmental space. Gratitude has also been shown to have a lot of positive benefits on happiness and well-being. So writing down things you're grateful for in your journal as well, and then really spending the time and dwelling on those things and feeling that gratitude in you. So on to physical care. This is taking care of your body. So hygiene, regularly showering, brushing your teeth, all that. And I think this is a little more challenging during this time period because we're really not really seeing people as much. And so sometimes it's easy to slack on that a little bit, and just realizing that the reason that you do these things is for yourself and to take care of yourself, and it's not necessarily about anyone else. So also that would encompass physical activity, exercise, and we all know that that's good for you, but it is one that's very tricky to get over the mental hump of starting, of doing something. I feel like it's a very mental process, at least to start out. So than nothing, and just making more than you were doing. So if you haven't been doing anything, just taking walks, something like that. And then so I wanted to emphasize what I said before, that throughout this, self-forgiveness is really important and key, and because you can kind of get into a cycle where you're like, I should be taking care of myself, and then you feel guilty about that. So stop shoulding on yourself, and do what you're able to do, but also push yourself and take the time. We all know that eating healthy is important. It can really impact your energy levels and your health. Sleep is also very important. Practicing sleep hygiene is important. Limiting your exposure to screens before bed, getting into a nighttime routine, making sure that you're dark, things like that. Medications, making sure that you are taking them as prescribed and regularly if you are taking them. Stress reduction techniques can help as well. So stretching, yoga, things like that can be good for your body as well. And then another area to think about is your physical surroundings. So do you have a space for yourself physically that is appealing to you, that you feel safe in? And then also, clutter can really have an effect on our mind, and I think it's kind of like a cycle. So when you're feeling more energized, taking the time to shop or prepare meals, clean, plan ahead so that your space doesn't feel so overwhelming. And then inner peace. So inner peace can come from many sources. For some people, it's religion. For others, it might come from nature, from music, and stress reduction techniques are another way as well. So like meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, where you clench one part of your body at a time and then let go. So, I wanted to end by talking about love languages. And if you all don't know, these are 5 ways that people feel loved and show love towards others. And people usually have like 1 or 2 that are primary, but people do have all of them. And so the idea here is relating that to self-love and self-care and practicing those on yourself. So physical touch would be like textures, sensations, taking a long shower. Acts of service are what I was talking about with like showing and planning ahead. Therapy also is on there. Receiving gifts is the mantra of like treat yourself kind of thing. So, spoiling yourself a little bit, getting your nails done, something like that. Quality time, I like the idea of going on a date with yourself. So spending time just with yourself, really getting to know yourself and appreciating yourself. We're stuck with ourselves all the time, our whole lives. So it's important to be okay with just being on your own and spending time just for you. And then words of affirmation is what I was talking about with that positive self-talk, making sure you are saying nice things to yourself and affirming yourself. And it says journaling on there is a good way to do it. So I just wanted to end with a cat because they are experts on self-care and they do whatever they want. So that's why that is there. But I wanted to see if anyone had any questions before I end this. And I'll give you all 1 minute. Well, it doesn't seem like there's really questions. So I hope that you all learned a little about the importance of self-care and the different domains and ways you can practice. And I hope that you all take the time to do that and be nice to yourself. So thank you for attending, and I will end this Zoom meeting now.